Yes, sir.
Good Saturday evening, everybody. How the hell are you? I'm Andy Vitelli, host of My Fighter War, and as you can see, we got OG in the house.
Evening.
Evening?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mm-hmm. It is a good evening.
And why is that, OG?
Because it's a beautiful day. Just had a steak dinner. Oh my gosh. Who cooked those steaks? Ooh, so good.
Anything else?
It's all
Dead air.
dead.
Jeez.
We're getting closer to leaving for New York.
Anyways, folks,
Give me a hint.
I hope you guys had a good week, good weekend. Just started. I work Saturday, so this is my Friday. And we are just we got a few things, man. It is, as the description said, Silly Sappy Saturday, which means basically
anything.
Yeah. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to just cover some things. And I just want to give a quick shout out to my brother Skylar, Ray, and Kayla, who are in Houston for the Eminem concert. And as you guys know, Skylar is just amazing. Him and Kayla, the stuff they're doing and all that. And he is a huge fan of Eminem.
And front row seats.
And after what they've been doing, they deserve all these amazing things that are heading their way. So shout out to Skylar and Kayla. Hope you guys have an amazing time. And who else? We got stuff going on with Lori in Boston over in Athens, Alabama. And in fact, didn't you say that you saw that he's going on?
I think he's going live at 8 o'clock.
Just saw that Boston and Lori are going to be live.
So we got to get off by 7:50 so we can watch them.
So give a shout out, get some love to Boston and Lori in Athens, Alabama for all the stuff they're doing. And everyone else. And of course, a huge shout out to my brother Ian Bick over in Danbury, Connecticut, and our producer, Matt Cronin, and everyone else who we're rounding up our guests in New York for our trip here in the next couple of weeks. We'll be gone for 4 days, and out of those 4, we're going to be taping 3 of the days. And right now we're looking at between 8 to 10 shows that we're going to do in 3 days. And Matt's going to be producing and editing and dropping those once a week. We don't have the date yet for when that's going to be starting. But of course, it's not going to be Monday because we're doing our shows, our lives every Monday.
Yes.
And since we brought that up, you got a rundown.
I sure do.
Everybody. So let's.
I sure do. On October 21st, we have Tyler Thomason in the house. And then on October 28th, we have Trisha Gibson. The next one will be November 11th because on the 4th, we'll be flying in. So November 11th is Stephanie Rose. Will be on board. Following that is Chad Valier. November 18th. Oh, Tyler, you just missed. I just mentioned your name. You're coming on October 21st. I made the announcement so people can mark it in their calendars to see you. Then let's see, December 2nd, we have Angie Murtha from New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
Followed by Brianna on December 9th. Then we have, let's see, December 16th, Krista Granger. January 6th, because we figured we'll take the weeks off of Christmas Eve or Christmas and New Year's. But that can change, you know.
Yeah.
January 6th, Brenda Parent is going to be coming on board. And right now, that's it. I'm still waiting to hear back from 2 people. And after that, we'll be in February.
And when OG, she's going to be sending you the message as far as when we're reaching out to schedule you for the show. What she's going to be also asking for is for you to send the email so I can send the link. And also, if you could please send a picture along with that, because I'm going to make a promo. And the best, if you could get a picture that's basically what you see right here, just basically like this. You can send a couple, but what happens when we get all these different poses and stuff, and you try to put it on a promo, like half your head might be, depending on the picture, so the picture may look good to you for like posting and on a post for your page and all that. But when it comes to putting on the promo that we do, so try to send a couple, send at least 2 or 3 different pictures, and we could pick through those. And what I'll do is I try to send them back to you so you can see exactly what it is before we post it. So we get that going, and as well as with Matt now doing the producing and editing, he's going to be handling all that with our YouTube page, the Instagram, the My Fight Our War page, basically everything.
TikTok too.
But
TikTok?
TikTok, he's doing everything. So, thank you, huge thank you to Matt Cronin. And so I tell you what, once the 1st of November hits, is when things are just going to really take off. We are going to be extremely busy. I mean, as you can see, we're already out till the end of January, with this amazing response. Thank you guys so much for showing up. And thank you so much for taking that step, man, and wanting to come on the show, and not only wanting to come on the show, but share your stories. As we know, man, our stories, I mean, they're painful. They're tough, but the thing is, it's so cool is you're surrounded by support. You're surrounded by people who care, and you will not be judged. You will not be ridiculed. You will not be looked down on. That's not what we're about, man. We are about love, support, motivation, and that's what you will get. And
you never know who needs to hear your story.
Yeah, and I've said it before, but as a good friend of mine, Dan and Donna from Hard Knocks said, all right, Manny, well, just because you said it once doesn't mean everybody was watching and listening. So it needs to be repeated that, I've had this person tell me that they wanted to come on the show. And again, I had a guest on, and it was a pretty intense story, as all of ours are. Some obviously more than others. And afterwards, I got a message from this person saying, you know what, Manny, I saw that last show with your guest, and my story's nothing as intense and over the top as theirs. I don't know if anyone's going to want to hear what I have to say. That's the furthest thing from the truth. All of our stories matter. All of our voices matter. And everything that is said hits home with someone somewhere. So don't ever sell yourself short and underestimate your story, because what you say, what you think is small and meaningless could literally save a life. So please just don't ever sell yourself short on that. So definitely looking forward to sharing all your stories, and it's going to be
I'm looking forward to all these Mondays. Oh,
yeah, and and they are tough, but at the same time, it's just like a rebirth. It's like I can only speak for myself how I felt that obviously, but when I did mine, I remember being extremely nervous beforehand, and I was like, how am I going to get through this? As I was doing it, it just when you're telling the truth, when you're coming out about something so painful, but when you're taking that step to finally do it, it is such a eye-opening experience, such a come to God experience, where it's like, this is the next step. And the pride that I felt about actually being able to do it, and then hearing the response from people saying, thank you for sharing, because that hit home on so many different levels. So so thank you guys. And there are going to be a lot of tears, and there's going to be a lot of laughter, because I will make sure that our journey hits on all of them. And because yes, there is with what we do, there is a lot of humor in what we've done. Some people might not agree with me, but the things I've done and the stories that we share. And speaking of funny and serious at the same time, and I do want to stress funny but serious. With things going on. And this has to do, with legalizing marijuana and all that, and with the gummies and edibles, something that actually happened to me and to actually OG.
Yep.
And what happened to me was years and years ago, before this was legal. This was quite a while ago. I was at my parents, my mom's, dad's, and a friend came over, and we were just sitting around, just watching TV, relaxing and stuff. And I had to run up to the store for something. And I remember his truck was in the drive, and I couldn't get out. And I'll just take mine. So jumped the truck off, I went. And as I was driving to the store, I happened to look down and I saw a bag with gummies in it. And again, this was before, the edibles and all that were legal. And I remember looking down, I was like, oh, cool. Well, you can see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
And I had at least 2, 3, possibly 4. I don't, but came back, sitting there. And next thing you know, obviously what happened. So I'm sitting there and it was just like, man, something's not right. It was scary. It was really scary, not knowing why. And I remember my friend saying, what's the matter with you? And I remember saying, I don't feel right. Something's wrong. And I remember him saying, are you taking any medication? And did you change medication? Are you taking something? Because you could definitely tell. And I'm like, no. And he goes, did you eat something? I mean, there is some type of reaction. Just, it was getting worse. And I said, no, man, the only thing I had was that freaking candy in your truck.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't have any candy. And his eyes got huge. And I said, those gummies. He goes, those are edibles, man. He goes, how many did you have? I'm like, 3. And they were strong. The dose was strong. Well, next thing you know, man, I'm just like, I was stoned, man. And I just did not like the feeling at all. It was scary as hell. I mean, it could have gotten, thank God I was just home and not out bopping around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So here, thank God everything was okay. So this was years ago. And as you guys know that have been following, I've had numerous surgeries. And in the past year, I've had 6 surgeries in the last year. 2 on
Yes,
my two on my hands, 2 on my elbow, and 2 on my back. And the ones on my back were pretty major surgeries. They were 7 hours each, with plates and screws and cages and everything. And it was scary. And so OG was nice enough to be here to help take care of me, so I didn't have to get up and down and do all these things. And plus, her being a nurse was, obviously helpful, right?
Wait,
So prior to me having my surgeries, because I don't like taking a lot of medication, and and I couldn't sleep every time I'd move. I mean, the pain. I mean, if I slept more than 2 hours, that was ridiculous. I mean, that was a blessing. So she was, knowing, as far as with the edibles, there's different types to help you relax, of course. And now you can go in there and say, listen, I went this for this, this for that. And she went in, and there were some for help you sleep and relax. Well, I had like a half, and it just didn't like it at all. So done. And so they just sat in the cupboard. And it was, I don't know, a month or 2, whatever. I don't even know how long, but they just sat there.
Yes.
Well, I had I think it was my first back surgery, where it was intense. It was a lot of pain. I mean, a lot. And came home, and I think it was the second day. I don't think it wasn't the first, but
No.
maybe the second, maybe the third.
You were still.
I was still pretty bad, and I was sitting there, and I think it was something was going on for what, I can't remember what it was, but the gummies were still here, and I think just from the tension and all that from my surgery, and having to take care, help me out with my stuff. She ended up taking
one. I ate 1 gummy.
And but the thing is, just thinking, okay, it was just 1, and sitting there, and I'm out of it because of my medication and that I was on for my surgery. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, my leg,
Complaining about my left leg.
son's with off my leg, and she was just like, oh man,
So painful.
and she's like, my leg, and it was cramping up, and to the point where at first, of course, I'm laughing. I was like, oh yeah, I'm the one who said back surgery. I talk about a freaking cramp, and she's like, no, and then it started getting worse,
Oh, yeah.
and then it was just her demeanor, everything was just very odd. So then she's like, I think I'm gonna get sick. And I'm thinking, well, and I know pain. And I've had such intense pain where you do actually get sick. So as we're sitting there,
I'm not a complainer.
yeah, and it's progressing and she's getting worse. And not only is she getting worse with complaining about the pain, she's getting more like just
Nauseated.
not very nauseated, but just wasn't very like the clarity wasn't there. Something was up. And like her speech was affected. So, being an EMT and all that, I'm doing a quick eval while we're talking, checking, the neuro, checking cognitive, checking, so I'm asking her questions. And next, kind of a little bit of a slur. So I'm thinking CVA, I'm thinking stroke, something's going on. Well, first with the pain in the leg, I'm thinking possible DVT.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly.
A clot in the leg, which that breaks loose, that's deadly. So now, and the questions I'm asking her, she wasn't replying correctly. So now it went to the next level, which I'm going back now to a possible stroke. So I was like, listen, this is serious. And I actually had to call EMS.
Mm-hmm. You sure did.
And next thing you know, I've got 4 guys in here, and we're going over what's going on. We're doing vitals and back and forth. And of course, the same questions that I've asked when I would go to a scene, to try to get a history.
Mm-hmm.
And they said medication, this. And they said anything at all. And I said, no, the only thing that was just and it flipped. I'm like, gummy. I go, edible. I go, that was your hip or something. She having some issues with.
And
as soon as I said that, I was like, that's what it was. And as soon as I said it, they turned around. Sure enough, I went and I found the container. And it ended up being a very strong, good dose that these were. They were supposed to help you sleep.
It was such a lightweight.
Yeah, but it literally had such an effect that it seemed like the slurring of the words, not making sense, pain in the leg. When I was looking at her eyes, the little bit of a droop. I mean, all these things that were similar that happens when a stroke or a CVA happens. So, here, and luckily, that's what it was. And it wasn't a DVT. It wasn't a stroke. It wasn't anything like that, thank God.
I didn't even think
But
of it.
you know what? Looking back at it, while telling the story, I had someone that I know that I told that story to. And this is, it could have been a lot worse, man. So even though these things are legal, have to be monitored and looked after very carefully. And I mean, we didn't do anything wrong. It's not like you took them and started taking more than you should. It was a simple, took one instead of taking half. But still, for me, this was before they were legal, taking 3, 4, or whatever I took. I mean, that could have been deadly. Something could have happened for whatever reason. But I was telling the story to a friend, and you talk about a scary moment. They said that their family member had a little baby, or I can't remember how old, but old enough to be able to get into the gummies and actually ate some, and they didn't know. But the baby was very lethargic and they couldn't wake up. Next thing you know, off to the ER, and they didn't know until they did the blood test and found it. So, even though, that just because something's illegal doesn't mean it's not deadly. I mean,
I was miserable.
No, and it was,
then it got to be funny.
Serious, very, very serious, scary situation where I'm thinking, like I said, a possible DVT in the leg, that if that breaks loose and goes to the lung or heart, brain, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that too, because it was right in the calf. Mm-hmm. And then from there to a stroke, CVA, and all that, very serious issues. So the thing is, it was a learning lesson for us, is just to, we need to be very aware, be very careful. And again, that was no one's fault except for mine and hers, just from
ignorance.
And it wasn't like we did something wrong to the fact that it was something negligent, But then after, like I said, things get funny because then after the fact, they're like, well, are you okay? Because I said, well, I just had 7 hours worth of surgery on my back. And I go, she's supposed to be taking care of me. And they're like, well, she's stoned. I go, oh, great. I go, so now I got to go to freaking Taco Bell, White Castle, because she's stoned. So it was unreal. But like I said, luckily, thank God everything was fine. My case, same thing. I mean, I could have taken God knows how many, thinking I'm just taking gummy bears. And then this very scary part was, again, this person I know whose very small child got into them and they couldn't wake the child up. So we just need to be very careful. And that's all. Like I said, from Sappy to serious to back to Sappy again.
So I will never do anything with any type of THC.
Oh my God. It was so funny afterwards. And like I said, afterwards, when we realized what it was.
That it wasn't
Because
serious.
I'm sitting there and here I'm like, yeah, big help. Real big freaking help. Here I am. All right, Manny, we don't want you to do anything very, you need to be careful. You've got plates and screws and cages in your back. So what do I got to
And a
do?
lump of lint on the
And there she is sitting there with her whoopee, which is the garbage can. She's like this, and she's like, just drooling. I'm like, okay, sit back. She leans forward. So that, she's like this. I go, okay, well, lean. I go, scoot over to your left. I go, just scoot to your left. She goes like this.
lean over.
Just fell over.
Yeah.
I go, okay, we'll lean back again. She leans forward. So I just gave it, like, pushed her in the forehead. And that was
people pay for this?
She's like, yeah. Then she's sitting there. And once we found out what it was, she's just like, oh yeah, people pay for this.
People like this.
Again, it's just one of those things where everything ended up being fine with her, myself, and thank God the little small child was okay because they were able to find out what it was and they were able to take the proper methods to take care of the situation. Bottom line is, it's up to us to be responsible. And again, no one did anything wrong.
No, my drug of choice is caffeine. I mean, if I'm going to do something, it's going to be cup of coffee.
So we'll. That was something we were just sitting here talking about before coming on. I go, you know what? Let's just throw that out there. Because for a while, she's like, I don't want to talk about that. It's embarrassing. You know what? It is. But it's something that we need to share.
It's a learning experience.
Because you know what? If here you are a nurse. Here I am an EMT and, and an adult. And it still happened. And it was something that it just happened. But all is well. But the medic, when talk about being stoned and stuff, he goes, yeah, she's just gonna be out of her for a while. And I just, when I said freaking great, I go, so I gotta make a Taco Bell run then, right? And he looked at me and just started cracking up. He's like, well, yeah, man. I go, I remember the days. Oh, been there, done that.
I did not get the munchies.
Oh,
thank
man.
you.
So,
I felt sick to my stomach.
But anyways, so that was the Silly Sappy Saturday for that part. And just a few other things just going over, like I said, with our boys, my brother Skylar and Kayla.
Watching Eminem probably right now.
With Eminem and Lori and Boston 2% in Athens, Alabama, doing their thing, as well as everyone else. I know there was something else we were going to discuss.
And Trisha came on after we announced Trisha.
That's
you're
right.
coming on
Tyler, we saw you pop on there, and
Mhm.
Trisha, we already announced you guys. And as far as the pictures as well, just send those for the promo. And when you do send them in, send a couple, like I said, that you like, and that something where we get a good shoulder shot, just kind of like what you're looking at right here.
Square.
Because a lot of times, like I know I've sent it a few, and like the top of my head was cut off on the one where it looked good on the post, but it didn't look good for a promo. So we'll take care of that as well.
Oh, and there's Angie. Angie, just so you know, we announced
Angie,
coming on board.
we just talked about you as well. It's good.
December 2nd. Yeah. The whole family's here.
It's
nice.
And Heidi, I can't believe you.
Man.
That was awesome. I tell you what, though, it was scary because, like I said, my training as an EMT. As soon as I started to see that it was more than just kind of joking around, which I thought she was, but then the symptoms, it was like my EMT training just kicked in, the pain in the calf. Touching it with a DVT, it's warm. You start to squeeze that calf in intense pain. Well, she was numb. And does this hurt?
Give me magnesium. I want
St. Bernard. I'm at magnesium. I'm in pain.
So I thought it was a muscle cramp. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a trip, man. And like I said, the old St. Bernard thing, just sitting there. I'm gonna get sick again. You're just drooling. Just stop talking. But
lightweight.
yeah, but
Much for drugs for me.
oh my God, just like that one meme that someone sent me. It was so funny about alcohol. It said, I saw this man and I thought of you. And it said, in alcohol's defense, I've done some pretty screwed up shit perfectly sober. Those of you who know me know that's very true. But yeah, I tell you what, there's a lot going on with us as far as what we got going on, which means there's a lot going on with all of us here in the family. And I can't thank you guys enough too, man, because as you know, with all our shows, I'm always saying, think about it. Come on if you want to. And it was like all of a sudden, it went from 0 to 100, the floodgates open, to we had like 1 or 2, and then 3. And like OG said, we are booked all the way through going into like the 1st of February already. And we had a few people respond, and they're like, you guys are booked that far? I mean, yeah. And we've actually had, and that's not even including the 10 that we're going to be doing in New York. So Dan, man.
A lot of stories to be told.
Dan, hey Dan, I hope you and Katie and little man are doing better. I know that you guys were, Katie said a little under the weather, so I hope you guys are feeling better. Let's see.
Yeah, Dan didn't volunteer to come on, just saying.
Hey, you know what? Hey, this is whoever wants to, man. It's up to you. Man, Susie is up.
Yeah.
Susie here. But we do have some other serious things that we need to look into here that I'm trying to find right now. Jen, what kind of bug can tell time?
I don't know what kind of bug can tell time.
A cockroach.
Oh.
Yes, it's silly.
Yeah.
Dad joke. We got dad jokes. So if anybody,
he's got 60 pages of them. Just saying.
If anyone out there would like to chime in
And
with their silly dad jokes, all right, I gotta get serious now, man. Whoop, silly dad jokes. Dude, that was just okay, jump in here and
well, I don't have any.
well, in that case, here.
Yeah, 60 pages. Give up a couple.
Hold on. Stop your. Let's see. Here, take this.
Hi, Brianna. And
Brianna.
Oh, but like Tricia said, what time does the man go to the dentist? I don't know. What time does the man go to the dentist? They're going to type in your answer.
Let's see. Where?
Well, I'm looking.
All right. How do trees get on the internet?
I don't know how.
They log in. Man, some of these are very bad.
Oh, Boston.
Boston, 2%.
We're going to have to get off so we can watch the show.
2:30 is what time?
What?
Trisha, your joke.
2:30. Oh. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Trisha. Now we don't have to just count on mine.
Yeah, what do pigs use to clean up?
What do pigs use to clean up?
Hogwash. Hogwash. Oh, you know what? Don't roll your eyes at me. So yeah, we see you're live in an hour and a half.
Yes, for Boston.
Oh, I thought it was at 8 o'clock our time.
What does it say? Well, anyways, we already sent something out there once. OG, we saw that about you guys going on in Athens, Alabama. So please show some love.
So you're done with us?
Yes, please show some love to Boston. 2%
Boston.
Lori in Athens, Alabama. They've got some incredible things going. The things that he's doing, man, he, not only him, but Lori and the amazing people in Athens for the people, the community there, the kids, both little boys, little girls, the mentorship that is happening right now, that is taking place. You know, you guys are awesome. So thank you so much, man, for all you're doing.
Trisha just said, how do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it.
Love it. That's a good one.
Thank you, Tricia.
How did the farmer fix his torn overalls?
I don't know.
With a cabbage patch.
Oy.
Yes, we are actually doing this.
Yeah. How did you hear about the bossy man at the bar?
No, I did not.
He ordered everybody around.
Oh, hey,
I like that.
good.
Well, that's the old days.
What happens when ice cream gets angry?
Don't know what happened.
It has a meltdown. Hey, man, the description on this show said silly, sappy Saturday.
Uh-huh.
And it should have said serious, somewhat sappy,
Yeah.
silly
Or
Saturday.
stupid, silly Saturday with the stupid gummy stuff.
Oh, that was, like I said, scary at the time.
At first.
Funny as hell afterwards,
Yeah.
man. Just sitting, my buddy's like, how many did you eat? I don't know. And all I thought about was that Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke when he ate all that acid in the car.
Ooh.
And he's like, you just ate the most acid I've ever seen, man. He's like, oh, I've never done this before, man. I'm going to die. He goes, you're not going to die. He goes, calm down, man. Just calm down. And he's like, mellow. And those of you who saw Cheech and Chong know what I'm talking about. He's like, mellow. And then he goes, you all right? Yeah. You good? Yeah. He goes, all right. He goes, ah!
Ouch.
Scared the shit out of him. And the funny things, man. Cheech and Chong. Oh, good times.
Oh, okay, so another one. Let's see. What do you call a pile of cats?
What do you call a pile of
That's
cats?
Brianna. I don't know.
Oh. What do you call? Okay, I'm sorry, Brianne. I was looking at OG
Yeah,
here.
that's okay. Well, we got them coming from all places. Okay, while she's typing it, I'm going to say, let's see.
Tricia, that you know what? Every day, throw a little laughter out there and let's have a little fun. I've had some people say, you guys are really
Silly.
what did that say? Wait, for Brianna. What do you call it?
A mount and
See,
Okay,
stuff
good,
like
good.
this, you know what? And it's, yes, we
Just
really are
silly.
doing stuff like this.
Uh-huh.
Why not? You know what? With the stuff that we've got going on in our lives, what's wrong with being a little silly? What's wrong with about pulling up some freaking jokes and, just stuff like that?
Hi, Cousin Tony.
Cousin Tony's in the house.
So what's
Tricia, thank
a zebra? A couple sizes bigger than an A. Zebra. It's just the page.
What do you call a locomotive carrying bubble gum?
Don't know. What do you call them?
It's a choo-choo train.
Okay.
Man, what happened to, there were some other really bad ones that I had.
Oh yeah. They're too funny. I mean, they're just cute. Like what? Oh, you said this one earlier. What do lawyers wear to work? Lawsuits.
Why is it bad to iron a 4-leaf clover?
Why?
Because you should never press your luck.
Okay, we're making
All right.
Tricia laugh.
I know, but Tricia, Brianna, she's got some good ones. She had some good ones last time. Tyler, he had some good ones. So we're throwing out a little challenge here to our New Zealand family and whoever else.
Yeah, give us some New Zealand.
Come on now. Let's see. While we're waiting for some other ones, what else we got going on? Dan Gibson. It's just laughing at us.
Yeah, but
you know what? That's what it's about. You know what? Life, what we deal with every day. I mean, hell, just turn the news on.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't watch the news anymore.
Mm-hmm. Life is better when you're laughing.
You know what? And so that's what we do.
Yeah.
What has 5 toes
and
isn't your foot?
No, 5 toes and isn't your foot.
I
don't know, Brianna. While she types the answer, well, Hearst walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Why the long face?"
A horse.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I thought you said a hearse.
Oh.
She doesn't have her glasses on. She can't hear.
Okay, Angie said.
My foot.
Oh,
my
okay,
foot.
Good. Angie says, "What do you do when a bird shits on your windscreen? You don't ask her out again."
All right, we're still in the house. Thanks. When you're on the show, man, make sure you write these down because when you're on the show,
bring a couple.
we're gonna be doing a little bit of this as well.
Yeah, because there's so much serious stuff that we talk about with the shows. It's kind of nice just every now and then. There's Lori's in the house.
Hey, Lori.
You should be getting ready for your show. What are you doing watching?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing in
Mhm.
Athens, Alabama? Y'all in
Yeah,
Athens,
y'all,
Alabama, I'm sure are tired, man, with everything you've been doing and going on. It's been pretty nonstop, but it's pretty cool stuff you're doing, man. So
Yeah, this is a PG-13 video. It's dad jokes, silly dad jokes. We're not going to get into any raunchy stuff. Actually,
well, the night's not over.
well, but Facebook has a thing about that.
Oh
They
yeah, I
kinda
get
ugly
in
about
trouble
that.
every now
Yeah,
and then.
yeah, don't get
Let's
in
see.
trouble.
We did that one. Okay, come on, say something.
Why did the roofer go to the doctor?
Why did
He had shingles.
Okay.
Oh, see, Lori, she's beat but ready to roll. Well, that sounds like Maddie. I'm tired. I'm feeling sleepy. But let's go live. Okay, let's do it.
What do you give a sick lemon?
What do you give a sick lemon?
Lemonade.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember. We were doing some silly shit, and I had someone come on one time, and was almost like offended. It was like, that's pretty, inconsiderate, Manny. You're making light of addiction. You're making light of this, and like kind of giving me shit. And I was like, you know what? Screw addiction. I don't give a shit about addiction. Addiction doesn't give a shit about me.
Mhm.
And I go, no, I'm not making light about anything.
Mhm.
But we are all at a point, hopefully in our lives, where we can enjoy our sobriety. We can enjoy where we're at, and we can share laughs. And the
We gotta
one thing,
joke
like I've
here.
always said, it's okay to have fun. It's okay to enjoy your sobriety. And if that means being silly and goofy, I'm gonna be as silly and goofy as
There
I
you go.
want to be.
Right. And Karen McCree says,
Oh,
why did the boy throw the clock out of the window? All right, Karen.
why did he throw the clock out the window?
All right, you got to give us the answer now.
Oh boy. Let's see. While she's doing that,
Oh, I think we said this before. What you should, I like this. What should you do if you meet a giant? Use big words.
use big words.
I like that.
Let's see.
Come on, Karen, give us the answer. What do you call a cow with only 2 legs?
What?
Lean beef.
Lean beef. This is your right.
Oh, he wants to say he wanted to see time fly. Okay, that's good. That's probably one of these things.
And okay. And yes, I've said these before, but there's some oldies but goodies. The one where this group of kids goes up to a house on Halloween. And the boy looks at this girl. He goes, oh, what are you? And she goes, I'm a princess. He goes, okay, gives her some candy. Looks at the next little boy. What are you? I'm a ghost. Gives him some candy. Looks at another one. He's dressed up as a pirate. He goes, I'm a pirate. And the guy goes, if you're a pirate, he goes, where are your buccaneers? And the little boy goes, under my fucking hat.
Okay.
I've always
Okay,
liked
Facebook.
that one. I always liked that one. Under my fucking hat.
Yeah. And a couple comments. It's nice to be able to laugh while you're sober because we're sober now.
You know, and then
And you can laugh while you're talking about being sober, as Heidi said.
And the thing is, too, you know what? I do enough silly shit. I laugh and I make fun of myself all the time. I mean, no one laughs at me more than me. And
Angie, what do you do? And I like this because I'm half Scottish. What do you do when you get to Scotland? And the answer, you find a tart and jump her.
All right, Ange, welcome to the family.
Yeah, right.
Did take you long to just
fit right in.
Right in.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, these are, let's see.
Okay, while you're mumbling to yourself, did you hear about the woman who couldn't stop collecting magazines? She had issues.
I missed that. What? Okay. What can you catch from a vampire in the wintertime?
I don't know. What can you catch?
Frostbite. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. And that goes along with I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know what comes first. I like that one.
Yep.
Oh,
You're going, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Summer wasn't too bad either. Okay.
All right.
Some of them really are sad.
Yeah. But thank you guys for chiming in with some of your jokes, man. And again,
That's good.
you know,
Nice.
it's just silly. Yeah, they're silly dad jokes. They're silly My Fight Our War jokes. They're silly our family jokes. You know what? And it's something that, I look for. We just sit around, and this is no set subject that we have to sit here and get all intense about. We do, like I said, on Mondays, it's going to be intense. It's going to be a whole lot of emotions that we're going to be dealing with when we do your shows. So Tyler, Trisha, Ange, all of us, Brianna, when we do our shows, Brianna, you were sitting here when, we did that. Things get emotional, and you're going to get laughter, you're going to get tears, you're going to get anger. It's called life, and it's called life dealing with addiction and things. That's something that we all know very well, and something that we all take extremely serious. And you know what? It's up to us and us alone how we're going to deal with it. No one's going to sit here and dictate how we should feel and what we should do with our recovery. That, what, we earned that. We earned that. And when we do the shows on Monday, and that's your time. I'm the host, but you're the star. I'm here to enjoy this journey. And the thing is, too, what I enjoy about doing the shows is, talking with a lot of people who are hosts of shows and all that. I talk to them. It's like, what's the best way to get the information? And one, of course, you got to find out if it's what the topic's about and stuff like that. And but I don't like to know too much, because just like when people are watching our stories that we're telling, after the fact, I'll have people like, oh my God, that I didn't see that coming, or that was incredible, or back and forth. It's kind of like that shock and awe, that intensity that happens. Well, you know what? I like that too, because that keeps me on my toes as a host, as I'm going down this journey with you, is kind of being there with you and not knowing ahead of time, asking you these questions, and then you tell me something. It's like, woo! It's like, well, I already knew. But that being said, though, that's one reason when I do talk to people before the show in the green room when we're just chit chatting, I just get just a little bit, just a little bit, and then from there, that's why I love doing lives, man, because it's
the authenticity comes through.
It's real, and that's something that I have done since day one. I have never done a recording as far as myself. I have been on shows where they're recorded and it's edited, and that's fine. But just for me, that's something, and it's nothing that was planned. It's just something that I started doing, and I never did anything other than that.
It's fresh.
And, and I've had people, because on some of my shows that I do, like I said, the emotions are real. We all have them. Like I said, it's called life. And I've had some shows that I've done where they are extremely intense, and some of them, they're like, I get very pissed off, and I don't hide it. And some of them I get very upset and very hurt by some of the things. And these are real tears that you'll see and you have seen. And then laughing so hard because these tears are from laughing so hard. So you're going to get the whole gamut. You're going to get it all, and it's real. That's the thing I like, because I did have someone before say, well, if you do the recording, you could edit it out, you could do this and stuff like that, which I get. In fact, the shows that we're going to be doing in New York, those are all going to be recorded and produced and edited. And I can't wait. It's going to be a great time. But here we get the best of both worlds. And
do it all.
I can't wait. It is going to be such a good time. And again, Trisha, all you guys, Brianna, everyone, that's coming on. It's just going to be, and we have gotten a few comments and messages from some people who are coming on saying they're a little bit nervous. That's normal. And just so you know, it's normal, man.
You're surrounded by family. Everybody wants you to win.
I promise you, we will. This is going to be done at your pace, at your speed. I'm not going to be throwing stuff at you to make you uncomfortable at all. And we will take this show as it comes. We're not going to force anything that's not there. And some of the shows go, usually a little over an hour, hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half.
Mhm.
I've done shows that I was on, it was 2.5 hours. And it depends on the show, it depends on how things are going. As my friend, brother, Brad McLeod at Sober Patrol, or I'm sorry, Sober's Cool, when he found out that I never did a show, he was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. And,
It's gonna be painful.
yeah, he said, well, the one thing that we really don't want is dead air, which I get, of course. And so, I could see him. His was all audio, wasn't video. So when we were talking, it was more like, okay, as long as things are going good, it's going to be like, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. If there gets to a spot where, I started to feel uncomfortable, where as a host, he would notice this, and he was like, okay, I'll be like, okay, let's get ready to wind this up, and I was very blessed and very, to have Brad and Dan and Donna as my first two from Hard Knocks. And they both went well over an hour and a half, almost 2 hours.
And now look at them.
Yeah, now I mean, we're at 46 minutes right now.
And we're
Just
gonna have to.
bullshit talking. Yeah. I look over at OG the one time, and we were getting ready to wrap it up. She's like this,
Which means keep going.
Keep
And I
going.
wasn't even thinking
and
about
I'm just looking at her like, okay. And she goes, didn't you get it? I told you to wind it up. I'm like that.
That
wind it up.
wind up.
To end it.
That
It's
is
like
the-
we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it.
because we have to get people to get their
Oh,
dinner or whatever, so
yeah.
then they can turn on Boston.
Yeah. Don't
And
forget
Lori.
Boston 2%, Lori Messinia and
Yeah.
Athens, Alabama, where we will be in June, along with all of our other family members in New York, and then flying into White Plain, New York, in all four gates.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm starting to get a little sentimental with our White Plain 4-gate airport.
Well, it makes it easy to get in and out because.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're starting to remember us. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I know you. It's like, how you doing? It's like, I work, maintenance, and I work the counter over there at the store.
And security also.
Yeah. In fact, today I'm going to be your pilot.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But no, man, I tell you what a great experience, man. And just I never in a million years thought I'd be sitting here doing this or using the words producer, editor, doing, shows and live shows and live streams and this and that. But
And somebody who flew less than probably 3 times in his life
oh yeah,
is now going to be racking up
Oh, man.
freaking flyer miles.
yeah.
Yay.
I didn't fly for the first time. I think I was 22, 23 was the first time I ever flew.
Wow.
And so I really didn't care one way or another. It sounded like I was deathly afraid of it, but I had nowhere to fly to, nowhere to go, no money to get there.
Okay.
So,
Thanks for a short trip.
but yeah, so now it's going to be a great time. Dan, let's see, it would put me on Cloud 9, 10, Dream.
What we to meet us is now on his bucket list.
Oh,
That's what he's talking
man,
about.
you got a shallow bucket.
Well,
Dan, it would be.
and Tricia too. Oh
You
my
know
God.
what? I am so looking forward to having you guys on the show, and just to show how much we all do matter. I got a very, very nice message from a person. I'm not going to say her name because she didn't say to.
Yeah,
She didn't say not to.
But
It
don't.
was, but no, I'm not going to. But it was a messenger, and she said she's part of my fight or war. She's a follow. She follows us, and she said I just wanted to reach out and just say it was just very nice things about me and about all of us as a family, as collectively as a family, and the things that we're doing. And she said that she'd really like to come to the next live speaking engagement and stuff like that. And it was just like, you know what? As I've said before, for us in the past, we have been the ones who was like looking back at what we've done with our lives in the past, and you're upset. Well, I can only speak for myself, and ashamed of what I've done, upset, angry, all of those emotions because of the things that I've done, the people that I've hurt. And to be in a position now, hearing, the accolades and hearing nice things. And it's not from a flip of the switch. It came with a lot of hard work and dedication and motivation with all of us together as a family to do these things, to help and support each other. So just like I said, as far as the recovery for all of us, take that time instead of beating ourselves up, looking at the past, how upset, look, I can't believe I did that. Can you just reliving that moment? Instead, look in that mirror now and go, yeah, look where you are now. Look where I was, a week ago, a month ago, 10 years ago, wherever it may be. And take pride knowing that you did it, even though, there's us here as family, other people with counseling, other people with sponsors, whatever it is, other people with outside help as well. Great. But just remember, you did it. No one could take this journey for you. We all had to encounter the terrible things that we encountered to get to recovery. I mean, the stumbles, the falls that we have all dealt with. And so it's okay to be proud of yourself. It's okay to say, I am damn good, and I do deserve this recognition.
You think of all the energy that you put into maybe feeling guilty or feeling bad about what you did in the past. Take that same amount of energy and say, that's so much better now. And my life is so much better now. And I can help people now as opposed to being a detriment to people that you know and love.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff.
Yeah. And, and I know as far as myself, I remember looking at others in recovery that had 5 years, 10 years, whatever it may be, and just hearing the positive, upbeat attitudes and just thinking, man, that's so cool that they did this, they did that. Well, you know what? We're they now.
Uh-huh.
We are they. We're them. We're us. And other people now are recognizing the things that we are doing. And that's what I can't stress enough, how our stories, what we're doing tonight, people who may be tuning in for the first time, who are not commenting, who are just watching.
And who are these two?
Yeah, some of them are probably watching and they're like, what the hell are these
What did I
people
turn
talking
into?
about? Yeah, and look, the people commenting are just as crazy as those two. And
But it's family.
but hopefully they cut a little more from the beginning, the middle, and the end of this about sharing our stories
Yes.
and the hardships that we have all gone through to enjoy these benefits and the happy times. And now
You can say silly jokes and it's okay.
it's okay to sit here and be silly as shit instead of just pondering in guilt. You know what? No more. No, man, this is our time. No one dictates how we feel. No one dictates by their words or actions how our day goes. That's up to us. So, you guys, you got anything else, OG? Let's see, you got any, let's see.
I go, what? Once I read a book about glue. I couldn't put it down.
All right. Yeah, okay. So if anyone else, we're getting ready to wind up. But, and to Danny and everyone else, we joke around a lot, but comments like, Danny, for you to say stuff like that means the world, man. To be in a position where someone actually thinks that highly of some of the things that I've done, OG's done, all of us have done, that you would want to take it that next step further. I tell you what, it's a great feeling. And, the thing is, it's going to happen, man. Just like me and Skylar were talking. Here we have this show, and the interaction has been so incredible. What we are going to be doing is going to be being part of like the tour, and part of, we still haven't worked out in detail, but getting together in person and doing meet and greets, doing speaking with myself and Skylar Ray and Kayla. So we're going to be doing that as well. OG is going to be in charge of, of course, all that as well, setting up locations. Some of it's going to be concerts. The possibilities are endless. The best thing about this is the rules are, we're going to make the rules. And so when it comes to places to go, why can't we come and see Danny and Katie? Who says we can't?
And New Zealand sent another joke.
Okay, what do we got,
Andy
Angie?
said, why did the blonde pour salt on the table?
Why?
Because it said table salt.
And that's why Ann's part of this amazing
Well,
family.
you just blended in so fast, Andrew. So good.
That and you know that's the part too, man. You know, people have said something about that. Well, you're not like so and so. You're damn right. And I said that from the day I started this. I said, listen, I have nothing to base this on. I am not a counselor. I've got no education as far as any type of counseling, life coach, peer coach, family recovery, none. The only thing I do have is the experience of being one of you.
Mhm.
And one of us is a family. And I've said it before. We are elite. We are part of this incredible elite fraternity of people who have gone through hell and now reaping the benefits of heaven and happiness. And not only that, we are sharing it with so many people. And, you know, for people in the past that have said, you know what, people deal with addiction, you people are just selfish, you're lazy, you're this, and this. And at first it really pissed me off until I thought about it. And they were 100% right. When we were at our worst, dealing with active addiction and all that, they were pretty much we were everything that they just said. Selfish, lazy, didn't care about anyone but ourselves. I mean, they just pretty much labeled it. However, now all of us dealing with what we are, being in addiction and selfish and weak, hell no. What do? We help everyone we come into contact with, everyone reaching out, giving, sharing the blessings. And as far as weak, you know, I had to remind this person who made it very clear to me that they never had issues with addiction. And not only that, no one in their family or no one they even knew in their circle ever had issues because they were stronger than us. They were better. So I just let that slide.
Small circle.
Up till a point. And then I said, you know what, Junior? Okay. First of all, we all have issues in life. We all have personal problems, financial problems, problems within our relationships with, whatever it is. We all deal with them, no matter what, whether you have addiction or not. So throw that all on the table and you deal with it every day. Now, on top of all of that, pile on dealing with addiction, mental health issues, anything that screws your day up on a regular basis, on top of all the regular things that so-called normal people without addictions face.
Mm-hmm.
We deal with that too, and we deal with it every day. So don't ever call us weak because we are the furthest thing from it. And in return, when people that aren't dealing with these things decide instead of sharing some of their blessings, maybe sitting home and that's your prerogative, not us. What do? We go to meetings. We do, podcasts. We share silly ass jokes.
Mm-hmm.
We go and do public speaking. We do all these things because we care. And so again, we are elite. We are a fraternity full of freaking ass heroes and champions. And I'm so proud to be part of you guys, part of us, part of our family, part of My Fight, Our War, part of all of the other organizations. Mm-hmm. As I've said before, our name is My Fight, Our War. But we are part of a family, just like anyone else. You've got your extended family. You get married, what do? You got an extended family. It just grows and grows and grows. Case in point, look at us all. So, that's that. And let's see my comment.
Yeah, and Lori said, gotta go and love y'all because, they're getting ready for the show.
I'm just looking at Heidi. My son called me a scumbag.
As he tips the bottle to his mouth.
Now, you know what? But you know what?
You stay strong, Heidi.
Heidi is incredible.
And by the way, happy birthday. Her birthday was yesterday.
Heidi's?
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday, Heidi. I'm sorry, I did not know that. Happy belated birthday. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Since I happen to know someone's birthday is coming up who is extremely very special. This person is absolutely amazing. That's right, it's my birthday. October 30th, Devil's Night. Well, that part is actually true. but there's someone else's birthday. She was just like, oh my God, he's going to say something nice.
Oh, my goodness.
OG's
I'm
birthday
It's on the 29th.
is the
Mine's
day
the
before.
29th and this is the 30th. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So here, when I was talking about someone else's birth, she's looking at me like, oh my.
I
As
should
my
have
coach
known.
told me one time, Manny, there is no I in team. And as I replied, no, but there's an M and an E. That was feisty.
Oh, really? Things have
All
changed.
right. Well, listen, man, we're going to wind this up.
Yeah, because we got to watch the other
Heidi,
show.
love you, man. Thank you so much. Dan, Trisha, Karen, Tyler, Amanda, Ange, all you guys. Thank you so much for being part of our madness. Thank you for being part of our silly ass shit.
Mhm.
Thank you, Brianna. Thank you, all of you guys.
Carol, Heidi, Tyler, Katie, Brenda,
everybody.
Ange,
Yeah,
Karen,
the ones
the
who I
whole-
don't see on here. But you guys,
cousin Tony.
this my cousin, obviously, and this is something that I didn't know what to expect on January the 9th, 2023, when I started this amazing family. Didn't know what to expect. Not a clue. This coming January 9th will be 2 years for us.
We still don't know what to
And
expect.
it's just booming. And the thing is, it would not be possible without all of you. And again, Heidi is like, a patriarch. She is one of the originals.
Mhm.
And so thank you, Heidi. Appreciate it. And then you go from that to Ange, who just started, just became part of this amazing family from New Zealand. We have no boundaries. Our love is endless. And so you guys have a great night. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Well, in Ange's case, what is it?
It's
already-
tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's
Happy Sunday, Ange.
Yeah, I think we have that correct. It's Sunday, at like noon or 1 o'clock or something. I don't know.
But all right, man. Well, you got anything, Oj?
No, we got to watch Boston.
All right. Well, you guys
So
have
get
a
ready.
great night.
Go get a snack or something. Relax. Get something to drink, and put on Boston 2% and Lori.
We will. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? But if not, Monday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Tyler Thompson.
Yay,
will be coming
yeah.
out with his story. I will be putting the promo out probably tonight or tomorrow. Until then, man, I love you guys. Thank you so much. And until then, keep fighting the good fight.